What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of 4 Dummies, where I am with the other 3 dummies. We have Mrs. Bobby Skullface.
Hello.
We have just one.
Yo, what's happening?
And now he's the one without the energy. And we have Robert D.
Hello.
Robert D. Toff with the sinus infection. Robert Sinus D. Toff.
I got a sinus infection. Yippee!
So tonight we're going to talk about scalpers.
I don't know if we need to term it scalpers. How about just scalping?
Yes,
Let's not
yes.
pin it on anyone.
That's fair.
Scalping.
That's a fair point.
Scalping.
That's a fair point. To me, scalping often is painted with a wide brush, but there is some nuance to it that I feel like needs to be distinguished. Like not all scalpers are the same. And there are some practices which could be considered scalping, which often are not as entirely selfish and self-motivated as others.
Right. Well, and I know we'll get there, but I feel the need to say, look, charging fair market value for something is not scalping.
Oh, 1,000%. So let's get that out of the way. If you have something and you bought it when you could get it, and now it's worth more, and you're selling it for what it's worth, that's not scalping. That's a sad customer having to pay a late tax. That's what that is. Right.
I believe that the definition of scalping is when a person in the secondary market purchases enough of the product that they affect the supply and demand in the primary market.
Yes, that's what I think. So now that we have the person that's selling what they bought for what the market value is, which we all agree is not scalping, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So let's now move on to the person that goes to the con for the exclusive and then sells that for more. Is that scalping?
No.
I agree.
They went to the con.
Exactly.
You can go to the con.
Exactly. We just.
But what if it's support? Now, let's. Let me.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Hook me up, fam. Come on, be a fam, bro. Give me a bro price, fam. That's why we have this community, fam, so that we can take care of each other, because I want that toy and I'm entitled to it.
Give me the fan price, bro, is my favorite thing ever right now.
You know, I used to get really irritated going to Toys R Us or wherever, and like people would obviously have like come in and bought all of a particular toy, and I just found it really obnoxious. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
with the intention,
if you're buying them out.
Right, with the intention to sell it later. But then we got these 3 lotteries for the toys at Celebration. We decided we were going to buy all of the exclusives and then
sell them.
And we did. I mean, he didn't get the kind of money that people are getting on eBay today, so we didn't have to worry about trying to get him home without messing up the box or worrying about standing in line shipping. We already stood in line for 2 hours for the toys, you know.
I feel like that's okay because you didn't go and say, what's the quantity I can buy? 15? All right, I'll take all 15.
But at the end of the day, we still bought Funko toys that really we had no intention of
keeping.
Yeah, but no, hold on.
I don't think it's bad.
That convention had measures in place to stop scalping.
Correct. You could only get one.
So that one or a limited number of people could not take all the stock from them and then resell it immediately at a higher rate.
Right.
So there is no scalping at that point. You're allowed to buy your one. You're allowed to enter your lottery because there's a chance you're going to get a ticket or not. But it's a limited number of tickets, and the other person has a chance to get a ticket, as opposed to Celebration when they first advertise Celebration and then they first put up the panels and then they say, listen, tickets are $15 a ticket, and you go and buy 100 tickets.
Right.
That's scalping.
Right. And to be fair, I mean, like, we didn't really want the exclusives. We wanted to get into the panels.
And we tried to trade the tickets
we would have
for
traded,
the exclusives.
We would have
posted everywhere to try to do that, and then we couldn't make that trade.
We would have traded the exclusives for the panels in a heartbeat. But that didn't happen. So we ended up selling the exclusives on the show floor to vendors in order to pay for our expenses on the show floor.
And you know they jacked up the prices.
Oh, 1,000%. As they should. You know what I mean? Like, they should make something on it. If it's a friend that's asking you for something and you have the ability to get it for them and it's not too big of a headache and you're doing it on the arm, that's one thing. But if it's just some random Joe that's asking you to hook them up with the fan price, bro, like, the thing is like, how much were the tickets to Celebration?
Close to $900, and we didn't even go for the 5th day.
How much was the hotel room?
$1,000.
Okay, so it's $1,900 for me to go to this thing. That's
Plus
not including
flight
airfare,
and-
not including food, not including stuff for my kids or whatever. And then now I have the limited option to get one thing from my lotteries, and now I'm going to sell them to you for the fan price, bro, just because I win.
After you went in.
Yeah, because
You're
you both
crazy.
joined
You're
the-
out of your mind. You're out of your
both
mind.
Joined the same. You both joined the same Facebook.
We both
group,
joined
and
the
therefore
same
you're beholden
Facebook
to-
group. Therefore, that he's entitled to my. And then somebody be like, "Oh, you're scalping him." It's like, no.
Let me ask you this question though, and I legit don't know. Why is it considered scalping if a dude is standing outside of a concert selling tickets for over the price? Why is that practice illegal?
I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that, and I could know the answer to that, and I didn't look it up ahead of time. But I know you can get in trouble for doing that outside of a venue.
Yeah, I don't think.
Right, yeah, but
I don't think Joe Schmo is necessarily considering that scalping. I think it's the venue holder that's considering that scalping, and they're just, in my opinion, they're just hating because they're not getting in on the cash.
you know, and it could be because that dude probably went and bought 5 tickets with no intention of ever seeing the show, but just to up the price in the parking
Well,
lot.
right. They didn't get in on. They got their cash for
Well, I
those
mean,
tickets.
that is scalping, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right,
I feel
right,
like
yeah,
that's.
but-
I feel like scalping tickets is like that's how I know the definition of scalping. I've only heard
Yeah, but
the
I
definition
don't-
of scalping with toys in the.
If the show is sold out, I don't see why that's a bad thing.
Because if it's sold out because of those people
That
standing
bought
outside
an
of the venue.
exuberant amount of tickets.
All right.
Now,
I can see
nowadays
what
you don't have that. Now you have ticket. What's it called? Not Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster. That's where the scalpers are now. You know.
Dang.
Like,
But I feel like the convention prices being added onto exclusive, the common Joe is not considering the expenses it took for that individual to obtain those exclusives.
to feel entitled to something just because you want it and because you can't have it, you lash out. That's just immature.
Well,
you
but-
had an opportunity to
He's
buy
not wrong.
something just like everyone else, and you didn't. Just like this Motormaster, right? I got this Fans Toys Motormaster. It was getting lambasted. People are hating it, okay? Fans Toys has fallen. I get mine. I'm like, this is beautiful.
It is beautiful. He
It's
just
great.
opened it this morning.
I was like, oh my God, I love this thing. And I immediately bought a second one because I knew, and the word got out, how good it is. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. And this combiner is going to be the first actual combiner out there that is going to go up in value as time goes on because, as we know, Fans Toys doesn't do reissues.
So, I mean, I guess that's another thing. Like, people buy stamps and buy coins and whatever people buy, right? They buy them with the intention to make an investment. The reason that I wanted to have this discussion is I've always felt pretty strongly that people that were marking things up were jackasses, and then being on the other side of the table for the first time a couple weeks ago, I was like, guess I kind of get it now. But like, where do you draw the line?
You're not selling your house for what you bought it for.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, like, when you start looking at things, like, people buy things, lots of collectibles, with the intention of it to be an investment, right?
Well, true. When you maybe have a feeling that a certain stock might go up in value, you're allowed to buy as much of that stock as humanly
Right.
possible.
So it does. It gets a little.
I think it
This
comes.
is the idea of retail, though. It's like the retailer sets the price, and you're changing that. That's the thing.
I think it comes down to intent.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'll say this. I bought that Fans Toys Hydra with the intent to sell it if it does go up.
This is another conversation I feel like we should have is rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we make these rules for ourselves. I do it too. And then we have to try to either A, stick to these rules, or B, have to explain these rules. When the thing is we should just be honest with ourselves and say, we're just going to buy whatever the we want to buy if we can.
Yeah.
The thing is that Jisk likes nice things. Jisk also likes Transformers. It just so happens that a nice Transformer was released, but it doesn't adhere to his rules. But it's okay. He's still within his rule boundary because he doesn't plan on keeping it. He's just going to display it for a while, and then once it goes up in value, he'll sell it. And it's an investment. Don't think of it as the same. He's still sticking to the plan.
I hope to God for some reason you need it. That's what I'm gonna pray for every night. Please let Bobby need this thing.
But I think that it's important for us
Then
to
you're
go.
going to give him the fan bro price, right?
The fan bro. I think that it's important for us to define what we think it is, what we think scalping is. And to me, it is buying up, kind of like Robert said in the beginning, buying up enough where it affects the market with the intention of selling it at a higher price because the market isn't afforded the supply.
Right. That's it.
And
Like if I went and bought all of BBTS's stock of a certain item, or it would have to be all online retailers' stock, or enough of it that I basically ran it out of stock, and I became the secondary distributor.
Exactly. Or you go to Toys R Us and a case comes in of MP Bumblebee, and you buy all of them, and there's 8 in a case, and you're only buying 8 because you know that Toys R Us is only getting this one specific case, and now you have control of the market for your area with the intention of depleting the market to sell for a profit.
Right. Then I think intent matters there, because if you told your friends, I'm going to Toys R Us, they have a case, who wants one, and 8 people said we do, and then you picked everyone up one at cost, that's not scalping.
Agreed. Because first, what you do is you go through the list of people that are interested in one. You decide who's the fam and who's the bro. And if there are no fams nor bros, then you're scalping. But if it's all fam or all bros and you're selling...
Then you have to look for the fam bro.
Then you look for... that's a good point, Jess. So then you look for
the fam bro gets one as a secret gift.
Correct. So then you look for the fam...
You see those too.
Then you look for the fam bro, and then you hook them up. That's not scalping. That's hooking up a buddy.
Oh, now we got buddies too? Fans?
Fam bros,
bros, and not buddies.
I'm sorry, I forgot. We're not using the term buddy. Fam bro.
I need the fam bro buddy price. Robert had said lamb basted. I want to see a basted lamb.
I want to see a cow dressed up as a French maid.
I want to see Robert Detoff sleeping in his
Look, you always
bed with
pick
his
something that's so...
infection.
I have to do all this cut and paste and get people to take photographs.
Manuka honey.
A screenshot of Wikipedia regarding Manuka honey to determine its origins.
The definition of scalper, Kingston, Iowa.
How about an actual scalp?